like to support the channel. Also, you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Tate for Mr. Harris, who should be present via Zoom.
Mr. Harris, are you driving?
Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually. So just give me 1 second. I'm parking right now.
Hey. You stationary?
I'm pulling in right now at this second. Yes, I am.
All right. What are we doing?
Your Honor, we are respectfully requesting an adjournment in this matter, up possibly 2 to 4 weeks that the court would allow.
So maybe I don't understand something. This is a driving while license suspended?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And he was just driving. And he didn't have a license.
Is with the charges, Your Honor, yes.
No, I'm looking at his record. He doesn't have a license. He's suspended and he's just driving.
That is correct, Your Honor.
I don't even know why he would do that. So defendant's bond is revoked in this matter. Defendant is to turn himself into the Washington County Jail by 6 p.m. today. Failure to turn himself in will result in a bench warrant with no bond.
They stated that while the viral video is funny, it's not funny to Mr. Harris, who ended up being charged while driving while his license was suspended. The suspension is tied to a child support case with Saginaw County Friend of the Court. And in January of 2022, a judge ordered that suspension be lifted to allow Mr. Harris to drive again. But according to Michigan's Secretary of State office, they never received a clearance from Friend of the Court in 2022. Harris's suspension was never lifted. Harris recently appeared on Courtroom video that showed him driving during a virtual hearing on the misdemeanor case that stemmed from a traffic stop in Pittsfield Township back in October of 2023. Once Judge Cedric Simpson noticed Harris driving, he asked the attorney who was representing Harris in his courtroom. The defense attorney confirmed that driving on a suspended license was indeed the charge Harris is facing. What's unclear is why Harris's case wasn't resolved by his public defender or the Pittsfield Township Prosecutor's Office months ago. It took less than 5 minutes for Channel 7 to search Saginaw County Court records to see that in January of 2022, a judge rescinded the order that suspended Harris's driver's license so he would be reinstated. They also stated that the news has reached out to the prosecutor's office as well as Harris's defense attorney's office. And speaking for the public defender's office, a county spokesperson stated that they do not comment on ongoing court cases. The Saginaw County Friend of the Court has also not responded to Seven's calls, but Friday afternoon, the Secretary of State's office confirmed that they never received the clearance from the Friend of the Court that would have allowed him to be reinstated after he paid some fees. Kayla Crane, Deputy Legal Director for the Michigan Secretary of State, said helping people clear up suspensions on their license is exactly why they created a Road to Restoration program where they hold clinics across Michigan helping people sort through the complications of getting their driver's license reinstated. She stated, quote, "Sometimes it's as simple as we at the Secretary of State's office did not get a clearance from the court that everything was done, but something happened in the wires, and we need to talk to the courts to get the clearance and clean it up for the residents." Ms. Crane also stated that the process can be complicated and people don't often know what they need to do to get reinstated. Quote, "That's why we provide the one-on-one consultation with the resident to help them understand what they need to do. Also stating that sometimes people are afraid to go to the Secretary of State office or the court for fearing of being arrested. Ms. Crane also said that the clinics provide a safe space for people to work on resolving their issues. Quote, at our clinic, we're able to spend as much time as the residents need to go over their driving record, help them understand what they need to do. So let me just clarify this, right? This had to do with the brother is married. So the previous issue had to do with child support. He got that cleared up. One of the main things that I've tried to reiterate when it deals with child support, and more so trying to inform women, is that these are the things that y'all never have to go through, because if a man has full custody of a child, we're not going to try to ruin somebody's life because we understand what that does. We're not going to try to get a bench warrant directly out on you. We're not going to try to go back and forth and play with the courts to try to get more money and this, that, and the third. Again, those are things that women specifically do. And those are the things that women can do and will do. And also, whenever it is that, even if a guy is missing on one payment, it might have been just late. The courts would be like, well, you were late for about a week. We're going to, strip you of your license. Like, again, this is how jacked up the system is. And of course, you'll have some women sit up to say, well, don't have kids. Well, you already knew what it was. Well, maybe you should have been more responsible, been more on time. Like I said, people don't understand up until the harshness of that reality actually hits them. The moment in time that the reverse starts happening to women, hey, it's going to be a very great day, because I promise you a lot of women will be crying and they'll be trying to lawyer up. They'll be on social media, on TikTok, YouTube, TikTok Lite, IG, Twitter, crying and screaming about how it is that this is messing up all the things that they are trying to sit up there and do. How that one thing is going to have a domino effect on everything else. Because again, what people don't understand is that if a man is working, right, and he might have been late on a payment for whatever reason, the courts would be like, all right, we're going to take your license. So now that man does not have a way to get to work, right? So now, since that man has to try to either take a bus, a taxi, cab, Uber, Lyft, whatever it is, or depend on friends, family members, or coworkers, he might incur infractions on not being there on time. So once that happens, guess what? His job is now going to be in jeopardy. If not, his job is already lost. So not only does he not have a driver's license, now he does not have a job. So which means now his living situation is going to be in limbo, his house or his whatever he's renting, right? So he got 30 days or whatever to try to find another job. Chances are he's not going to find a job that quick, and that's going to automatically pay him bi-weekly so that he can start to catch up on every single thing. So number one, you got your license that's basically suspended. You're going to have to pay money to get that reinstated. Number two, you were late on child support, or you might be still late at this moment of time, and you might have to catch up because maybe they might have some penalties and some fees. Number three, now your living situation is either about to be done or it's going to be done, and you're going to have to pay out of pocket to find you another place if you can, but you can't because you don't have a job at this moment in time. So then we're going to go to the next one, which is now that everything is completely fresh off the board. This man has to try to pick up and restart again, either by way of living with a friend or living with a family member, which is going to, have a whole host of issues and problems within itself. And not only that, let's add into the fact that they stripped him of his license, and this basically made this domino effect. So now they're going to send out a bench warrant. And once they send that bench warrant, you got to show up for court, and then you can plead your case. And then 9 times out of 10, they're going to put you directly in jail. And that's going to be it. And then you're going to have a certain amount of time that you're going to have to, be directly in jail. And then you're going to sit up there and get out. Guess what? Now you got a record. Like I said, this is how jacked up the system is for men, and women don't understand it. Y'all better be blessed and happy and ecstatic that you don't have to deal with, something to this effect, right? So now we go directly back to the brother. The brother was, taking care of his wife, and he had to, there was an emergency that took place. So he had to drive. So that takes precedence over anything else. Even if his license is suspended or he didn't have a license, if that was the only way to get there on time, hey, it is what it is. He had to sit up there and do that, right? But the problem is that the judge presiding along with the lawyers on both sides, nobody did any type of further research. I'm not sure what type of counsel he had. That must be public defenders, because it's insane how they're trying to defend somebody or whatnot or whatever, but yet the information is directly in the computers that stated that, hey, a previous judge said that he cleared up all of his infractions or whatever it is, so I'm going to reinstate his license. Why is he even still in court? Why is he even still going through a Zoom meeting? Like, none of these things, none of any of this should have even have happened at this moment in time at all. This man is going to be viral for a very long time. He's going to be a meme for a very long time. But again, you're looking at the fact that a court system failed a black man, because that's what it is. The system failed all the way around. His lawyers sat up there and failed. Whoever's doing the paperwork down there in the courts failed as well, because they didn't properly read or go over anything. The judge especially failed. And that was a black man sitting up there, an older black man. He failed another black man. Failed him. Like I said, that's crazy. That's 100% crazy. I understand now why there are such things as quote unquote clerical errors and all these other, types of deals. And now I understand why they're soon enough going to have robots doing a lot of these jobs, because this is dangerous. Just imagine if you had somebody that cleared everything that was wrong with their record, right? The whole thing was expunged. And then the person decides that they want to proceed on directly with their life. And then guess what? They get stopped. Even though their record is expunged, they don't have anything on their record, is completely clear and clean, right? Did everything that they were supposed to do. They get stopped. Magically, the system didn't update, and it still shows that this person has a record, which they don't. Do you understand how dangerous that situation can turn out to be? Do you understand, how that person's life can be placed in jeopardy? Because we all know that police are going to act a certain type of way. They already act horrible if a person has a clean record. They're going to act extremely worse if a person has a teeny tiny little bit of a record, right? Again, I'm just giving examples. Maybe I'm just talking gibberish at this moment in time. But the main point that I'm trying to get through to a lot of people is that the system 100% failed this black man at the end of the day. Was his license suspended? It was a gray area. Is his license in order? It's a gray area. Everything that took place, again, it wasn't due to the fact of his negligence or because he didn't correctly do anything. It was due to the fact that the powers that be did not properly look at the paperwork, fax the paperwork, file the paperwork, and look directly at the evidence to see if he actually has his license, if it's actually reinstated or if it's not. That's all I'm saying. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I state in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.